Can you guess what we're doing today?
We're going to make noise.
What?
Exactly.
All right, as you can see before us, we got Lonnie's cleated track here. And we're going to show you the process of re-riveting, well, really replacing all the cleats on the track. We're not going to show you every cleat. We're going to show you taking off one, maybe two, probably one. We'll film two, and then I'll edit it down to one. And then we'll show you, when we get back around to it, we'll show you putting them back on.
All right.
So here's our tools. We got a nice chisel bit here for knocking the rivets off. So what we do is we run it right down the channel and knock off inside the channel. I don't like to go between the rubber and the cleat because I poked a hole in the track doing that once.
I was going to say that sounds like a chance to damage the track.
Horrible idea. And then we got the poker. Here, Lonnie, run that up and show them the tip up close.
All right.
So we did a little special grind on that tip. And we use that to poke the rivets through once we've taken the, not the head, the tail. Once we've taken the tail off the rivet. And that's the process. And I've done, as you might guess, being a longtime vintage sledder, I've done a lot in the past. This time, Lonnie's doing them, and I'm drinking beer and coaching and playing with the dogs outside. We're not going to let these critters be in here when we're doing this. It's super noisy.
It's loud.
That's why I got the hearing protection on.
Yep.
So we're going to send the dogs outside quick, and we'll show you on a couple of rivets.
All right. Come on, puppies. Come on, everybody outside.
All right, Lonnie's got a couple with the heads off already.
Yeah.
Lonnie's got a bunch with the heads off.
Yeah, I'm going every other one.
Gonna take the heads off of one somewhere. Down here. Got her on there?
Yeah.
One more. All right. So as you can see, my air hammer chisel is dull, and we got to sharpen it. Occupational hazard.
Yeah. It kind of comes along with doing this, right?
It sure does.
All right. So step 2 in the process. Now we got to punch those out. So I've got one here that I've already trimmed off. So we take the special bit that we made.
Let me get the camera. I'll get a close up.
The puncher.
All right.
Take the puncher and we drive these right on through. Wow, I cleaned those off really good, didn't I?
They're great.
Come on. Come on. That one might have to again with the grinder. Hold on a second.
Yeah, we might have to touch up a couple here and there.
There you go.
Just that one. Just get it centered and just hammer it. There you go.
And
One more. There we go.
And there's the cleat.
That's how we do it.
Just like that.
All right, so we got a few notes on this. First note, don't take off all your cleats and then try to re-cleat your track. That's a horrible idea. You'd think it would stay square with all these rivet holes. I have been told by people that it won't, and it's not a good idea. So we're going every other cleat for now, and then we'll re-rivet it, and then we'll do the other ones, and it'll be real easy to tell.
Yeah.
There'll be brand new rivets in it.
Yeah, that'll be the good part. It'll be easy to tell.
Yeah. So just so you know, obviously I've been out to Dr. Mario's and he builds these tracks from scratch with new belting and new cleats. He's got a fixture to keep these belts aligned so they don't get shifted.
Oh.
But Don's 4.5 hours away from here, so if we took off all the cleats, it'd be an awful long day to drive out and back to rivet it out there.
Does he do that with pop rivets too, or does he do it with these?
I believe he pop rivets them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'd have to ask him for sure. It's been years since I've seen him build a track. So now we got 2 2x4s. You got a pound on the rivet, Lonnie.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, fine.
And it's just working better with the 2 2x4s, as you can see. Good. All right, we'll bring you back in like 3 hours when we're finally done.
Or 12.
All right, so we're at the wrap-up of Lonnie recleating his track. We know it doesn't sound super interesting, but there's some tech tips in there if you're ever going to deal with the cleated track, which we know everybody isn't. We know that it's a vintage-only thing, and
I won't do it again.
Yeah. Frankly, we'll do a rubber track conversion next time. I've done this before, folks. I knew what Lonnie was getting into. Lonnie didn't. I tried to tell him, and I told him I wanted to do a rubber track, but he got advised that the cleated track will be faster.
Yeah. So we're gonna find out,
and maybe it will be. So we did it. We did the work. So let's recap the tech tips.
Yeah.
Number 1, good quality rivets. We got these from McMaster Car, and as you can see on the bag, it says "Made in USA" by Stanley Corporation. These are good rivets. They are. Do we have a number on them? I don't have a number on them necessarily that's super easy to give you. They're 3/16 rivets. The grip range is 375, 3/8 to 1/2 inch.
Yep.
They got the 5/8 head. They're steel. They're zinc plated. These are the ones that I've always used for tracks. McMaster Car, it maybe is a little more expensive, but it's worth it. You don't want to have your rivets start to fail. Next, also McMaster Car. This is the rivet cutter chisel bit for your air impact hammer. So we started off with a, shall we say, name brand chisel from a discount tool store.
Yeah.
And I've used it before, but it dulls out really quick. And when it dulls out, it actually like rounds off the end. It's not super hard. This one never lost its edge, although we finally did chip it.
Yeah, we did chip it.
So we never rounded it over at all. And then we came back and resharpened the chip out of it and did another half a track.
Yeah.
And it held up great. And we're talking about not shearing off pop rivets. We were shearing off the old-fashioned original factory solid rivets.
Yep.
So it worked great. And then you need an air hammer to make that work.
Yep.
So this air hammer, I don't think I even paid $10 for it. It's a super cheapie from Harbor Freight. I did put this chuck on it, which is nice because then we can switch between bits just that fast. But I don't know.
The worst part of it is not necessarily cutting the rivets off; it's getting the rivets out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were very much rusted in place.
Yeah,
so
they were like
that turned into a lot of work.
Bonded to the track. I mean,
Yeah.
they've been there since the 1970s. So that was the most painful part of the whole process. Replacing the rivets, this air rivet gun works awesome.
Fantastic.
I
highly recommend it.
Yeah, I don't care if you have a cordless rivet gun or if you get an air operated one, get one. Don't attempt to do this with a hand rivet gun. You won't get through 2 cleats and you'll be ordering up your rivet gun. As far as what's better, air or cordless, frankly, they both do exactly the same job, exactly the same way. And the air hose is already out for this.
Yep.
I don't think you're going to get a cordless impact hammer.
I don't think they make one.
So these are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Check out Harbor Freight. This is good proven technology. I mean, this is how they were building airplanes in World War II, with rivet guns just like this.
Now,
So,
speaking of which, I think I'm going to get
Rosie the Riveter tattoo.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Liar.
So, anyways, there's the wrap up of the track cleating. We hope you got something out of it. Even if you're a newer sled guy and you're into the 90s triples, well, next time you see somebody with the cleated track, you can appreciate the pain they went through.
Yeah.
Or the amount of money they spent buying one from Dr. Mario. And by the way, that is the easy out. You can just buy one that's done and ready to go from Dr. Mario. And he sells this exact track. Yeah. I'm not going to quote prices. I don't know his prices, but your life will be much easier. And Don's building them from all new parts. So they go together easy.
Yeah.
So
we had to salvage some cleats off of another track for this one. There were some that were worn through, broken, bent too bad, that kind of thing. So
yeah.
So I didn't just have to take off these cleats. I had to take off cleats from another track too.
Well, they come off super easy with the chisel.
They do. Yeah.
It's getting the rest of the rivet out of the rubber. That is the hard part.
Yeah.
So if they come
not pleasant.
Yeah, if you find a track where they just come right out, good for you. But certainly didn't work that way this time, and I've never found it. Although this track fought me worse than any I've ever dealt with before.
Oh, really?
I've never had to set up the little station like we showed earlier with the hammer and the chisels.
Yeah.
The hammer and the punch. No.
Yeah. But we got it done.
All right, so we've been rambling on about rivets and cleats long enough. We'll see you at the Wild Bill 20.
See you at the trails.